Did you ever wonder how the dog breed Boxer got that name? Well, according to Caroline Coley, who wrote the Encyclopedia Britannica website on entry boxers, which was last updated in May of 2024, boxers get their name for the fact that they use their paws so much, like a boxer would use his hands when fighting. Now, you may be thinking boxers sound violent, but nothing could be further from the truth. As you will see soon today, we are going to examine the history and background of boxers, characteristics that make them great pets, and general care and needs. Let's begin with the background and history of boxers. Boxers are a very interesting history. Surprisingly, boxers are relatively new to the United States, but the breed traces its roots way back long ago. According to the American Kennel Club website, last updated in 2024, boxers can trace their roots all the way back to their ancestors, the war dogs of the Israeli Empire. The modern boxer, as we know, it is believed to have been bred down from larger German Shepherd breed called the Bulliebeiser, which means bull biter. These dogs were big and strong enough to take down game as large as bears and bisons. According to Coley's Britannica article, the modern boxer has strains of both Bulldog and Great Dane in its heritage. Dr. Virginia Lemone's article, Boxer, on the PetMD website, last peer-reviewed in 2024, the breed's hunting background makes them excellent runners and jumpers. Now that we have covered the history, let's talk about the characteristics of boxers that make them great pets. Their ancestors were likely fearsome dogs, but modern boxers is a much smaller, playful, loving, and gentle companion, full of personality. According to Coley's 2024 Britannica article, boxers are trim, squarely built dogs with a short, square-shaped muzzles that appear to be a black mask on their face. One of the cutest features of the breeds and their coats are short and shiny, typically reddish, brown, or brindle, although many boxers happen to be white and black. Boxers are notoriously friendly, as well as they have distinct personalities. My boxer is still a puppy, and all he wants to do is play, but I've been around several boxers of varying ages in my life, and I can tell you that one thing remains true, that they remain playful no matter the degree of their age. American Kennels Club website in 2024 ranks the characteristics of dogs on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest rating. Boxers rate in 4 in playfulness. Boxers can also be very affectionate. The AKC site rates them a 4 affection and with family and a 5 for being good with young children. Boxers rate 4 for trainability as well. They do require a lot of activity, as the rate of 4 for mental stimulation needs. AKC rates their barking rate as a 3, but in my experience, boxers typically bark when they're playing and when they get excited because new people are coming around. Someone is looking for a pet that would serve as a watchdog may want to consider a different breed, as AKC rates a boxer's openness to strangers as a 4, which means that they are tolerant to strangers well and will be often affectionate with them. However, AKC also rates them as a 4 out of 5 on their watchdog scale, meaning they are very vigilant animals. Finally, the dog's size should be considered. According to Coley's Britannica article on boxers, dogs can be up to 25 inches tall and weigh as much as 65 to 80 pounds, though the AKC site notes that female boxers are typically about 15 pounds under this weight. Now we will turn to taking care of boxers, another important consideration when selecting a dog for a pet. Care for boxers is a relative simple and precisely mentioned. Boxers have and need a good deal of mental stimulation and pet activity. Dr. Lemone, writing for PetMD website, recommends at least 30 minutes per day. Dr. Lemone also adds that boxers are more susceptible than other breeds of dogs to overheating and breathing issues due to the shape of their face. According to Cole, 2024, boxers often excel in competitive activities involving running and jumping, but also notes that mental exercise is just as important. And boxers enjoy the challenge of learning something new, as physical care Coley suggests that coats are to be brushed weekly with occasional bathing. This is good news that boxers do not shed, and grooming beyond brushing and bathing is largely unnecessary. So, in conclusion, today we discussed the history of boxers and their characteristics and general care. The history of boxers is quite interesting, and they have a lot of characteristics that make them great pets. And the care is generally pretty simple. Boxers get their name from the way they use their paws when fighting, but as we have seen, boxers are not typically aggressive dogs, and they usually use their paws when playing and fighting. Just like other athletes, they are named for their boxers, are graceful and athletic, but they have a much nicer personality. One of the most well-rounded dog breeds is no wonder that boxers are among the popular breed of dogs in the United States of America. Thank you.